So, today's mobility video. We will spend some time on our hips. So we're gonna use just the foam roller today. We will do 3 exercises, 2 minutes each, 2 legs, so 12 minutes altogether. So I will do the exercise with you, so explain do's and do nots, how to make the exercise a bit more painful / efficient. So what we can do today, we will cover the hip rotation area. So everyone heard about the rotator cuff in our shoulder. So basically today we'll cover the hip version of the rotator cuff. Then we will spend some time on our hamstrings, and then we will go into the TFL. So 2 minutes each, 12 minutes altogether, and let's begin. So basically, one thing that you have to remember during the foam roller, that pain is your friend right now. If you don't feel any pain, if you don't feel anything, you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right. So what I'm after, so visualize your hip joint. So the hip joint is ball in the socket. So there is your femur goes inside the socket, and we want to roll all the muscles, all the tissues around it. So I can go a little bit higher, roll slightly, go a little bit lower. So the key thing is to remember while you're doing so, this principle will be applied to all foam rolling, all muscular release techniques. Then we do everything nice and slow, nice and controlled, because I see people all the time rolling back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This is not the way how to do it. So you do it slowly, you apply enough pressure on the hips, and then you just roll one side, then the other. So ideally, while you're doing it, you are looking for hot spots, meaning painful spots. So when I find it, so if I roll in here, don't feel anything, and then ooh, very nice and tender place. I want to hang out in here as well, so press a little bit more, maybe even scrub that hot spot. I'm not scrubbing all the bits. I'm looking for the most painful spots, and then I want to rub it in slightly. So here. So I'm not rolling on the sides, so all the tissues around, and then all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. So it's not all the way down, it's all the way up. No, nothing there. So my hotspots were in here. Most of the people, they have sensation in slightly higher in this area. So let's go onto the other leg. Same thing, so it doesn't really matter whether I bend the leg or I keep it nice and straight. So I keep the knee soft. The most important thing is pressure, a nice smooth movement. So yeah, this side, as I said, on the other side, more hotspots I had more closer to the joint itself. On the left side, my left side is a little bit tighter, so I feel it a lot more in that upper area of the hip. So I want to spend a bit more time on that spot. So go down, up, down. You see, I'm not rolling back and forth. I just want to spend some time. So when you go to the massage therapist, so he doesn't roll everything, like he doesn't massage the whole body. He goes step by step, area by area, moving it nice and slow. He's looking for hotspots for you. Now you have to do it yourself, so you have to look for them yourself. So the glutes, this is where we start, this is where we begin. And if I could do just one stretch, that would be, not stretch, this is not the stretching, this is different modality, this is foam rolling, this is muscular release, that would be this one. So now we go into the hamstrings. Hamstring, a big muscle of the back of the thigh. So now what we want to do, we want to cover the whole range of the hamstring. So what I mean by that, I mean that you have to roll the inside of the hamstring. So hamstring is the cylindrical 3D muscle. So it has medial fibers, so on the inside of the thigh. Then it has the biggest muscle, so basically the whole bunch goes through the middle, but then it does touch the outside of the thigh. And same thing, you go slightly higher, slightly lower, slightly higher, so I feel a lot more tension on the inside. So this is old, and I know, this is not a surprise for you. If you do it for the first time, if you spend conscious 10, 15, 20 minutes on this on a regular basis, not only once a week, but a bit more often, you will find that your hotspot sensations, they do change. They do change from week by week, from exercise that you have been doing or the exercises that you haven't been doing. So it's hold that area. Remember, just slightly on the outside, slightly on the inside, slightly on the outside, closer to the hip. I don't want to spend too much time close to the hip because I've already spent 2 minutes while I was doing the rotators of the hip. So now it's just hold that area from the knee and all the way up to the glutes. So slide it to the side, yeah, left side doesn't love me too much, left side doesn't love me too much. And again, so what I want to apply pressure. If you see, my foot is off the floor, so if I put it on the floor, so I'm taking the tension of the muscle. So I want to push my thigh into the roller. And again, so what I'm doing outside, outside, middle, and the inside. And again, you're just looking for the hot spot. So you just go all the way up and doing it nice and slow. So nice and smooth movement. Go all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. Again, I can't emphasize it enough that you just don't do this. You just go nice and smooth, nice and smooth. If you feel some pressure in your shoulder, so now I was feeling it, it means I'm not applying enough pressure. So all the pressure that I feel in my shoulders, in my upper traps, that pressure, that weight, I have to be sending into my hamstrings, because again, hamstrings, one of the biggest muscles, if not the biggest. I think, what is the biggest one? I think hamstrings is basically top 3. From all the muscles on your body. So that's our 2 minutes, and now everyone's favorite is the outside of the thigh. So this, ideally, if you listen to my instruction right now and then rewind the video back, because here the setup is crucial. So when I'm doing my right side, yeah, so my right leg is absolutely straight, yeah, so my left leg goes forward and then I'm exposing the tissues of the outside of the thigh, and trust me, this is the cherry on top of today's session. So I go, and again, you can see I'm not going back and forth, back and forth. No, I start from the hip joint, and I move slowly down, slowly down, slowly down. I find something here, and I feel, yeah. I go a little bit higher, a little bit lower, a little bit higher, and a little bit lower, all the way down to the outside of your knee. So you can touch your knee slightly, so I'm not pressing directly on the knee. Right on the edge. And you see, I'm not moving, so I can cover all my TFL with this movement. So I find some people finding it difficult, so they roll just one side, then they try to move the roll the other way. So you just need to find the point, so the middle of your thigh, and then I can go slightly lower and slightly higher, slightly lower, slightly higher. So the other side, ooh, left side, please help me, anyone. Oh, here, I can feel straight away, maybe because I'm doing too many kettlebell swings last couple of days. It loads your hamstrings, it loads all the hip muscles. It's a great exercise, but the only thing you need is the kettlebell. So if you have kettlebells, so expect some good training programs from me for that kettlebell or kettlebells. I was lucky that I could manage to borrow a few kettlebells from the gym. All the kettlebells that we used to have before the refurbishment. All the way down to the knee. Higher, and that's the hot. Like for me, this is hell right now. This is not hell enough. Pure hell would be when I can't talk. If I can talk, it's not pure hell, but getting closer, and I've skipped it. Yeah, so just, oh, there it is. Just roll it, and down. And down. And down. There we go. So, this is the principle that we're gonna use in our future mobility videos, because we'll devote from 10 to 15 minutes every single day, and we'll be switching lower body, upper body, shoulders, hips, calves, ankles. We'll touch different areas of your body. So 10 to 15 minutes. You don't have to do it first thing in the morning. You don't have to do it before the session, after the session, before you go to sleep. But you just have to do it. You just have to find 15 minutes of your day that you know this is the time when I'm gonna be doing my mobility exercises. Yeah, so if you have any questions on that, please do send it to me, and see you tomorrow.